You know how people always say, when it's your time to go, it's your time. Well, sometimes, death doesn't wait for permission. Michael Lawson was supposed to live, after surviving a devastating car crash that left his car twisted like foil. He somehow made it through surgery and weeks in recovery. Doctors called him a miracle. His wife, Emily, never left his side, and when he finally smiled again, the nurses said it felt like hope had walked back into that hospital room. But hope didn't last long. One night, while he slept, the clear liquid in his fore turned a faint yellow. Minutes later, Michael began to convulse. His heart monitor screamed, then flatlined. The hospital called it a sudden cardiac arrest. But one nurse noticed something. That IV bag wasn't standard. It looked wrong. A toxicology report later revealed potassium chloride in his system, a substance that, in the right dosage, stops the heart instantly. Investigators were stunned. Potassium chloride is easy to find in hospitals, but it's also easy to abuse. So who slipped it into his fore? Security footage gave the first clue. Around midnight, just half an hour before Michael died, a woman entered his room. She wasn't staff. It was his wife, Emily Lawson. Emily told investigators she just came to kiss him goodnight, but the cameras said otherwise. She stayed 20 minutes, and when she left, she looked shaken. In her purse, police later found a small, unlabeled vial. At first, no one wanted to believe it. Emily had been by his side every day, gentle, caring, loyal. But when detectives dug deeper, a different story appeared. Behind the perfect photos, their marriage was falling apart. Emily had been having an affair with one of Michael's business partners, a man named Derek. Michael found out, and he was preparing to divorce her. The problem, everything they owned, the house, the business, the savings, was in Michael's name. If the divorce went through, Emily would be left with nothing, and maybe that's when something inside her snapped. With her background in nursing school, she knew exactly how potassium chloride worked: fast, silent, and almost impossible to trace. The next part feels like a scene from a movie. When detectives confronted her with the toxicology report, she sat still for a long time. Then, she said quietly, "He was already gone. I just helped him leave faster." It's the kind of sentence that lingers, because when you think about it, this isn't a story about a monster. It's a story about a person. Someone who loved, who got hurt, who made a choice she could never undo. In court, Emily didn't cry. She didn't plead. The jury took only 3 hours to convict her of first-degree murder. The nurse, Hannah, the one who noticed the yellow fore, later said, "I can still see it when I close my eyes. I wish I'd trusted my gut sooner." And that's the thing about stories like this. It's not just the murder that haunts you. It's the quiet signs everyone ignored. So here's my question for you. If you were the detective, what do you think truly drove Emily to do it? Amani, because greed can twist even the gentlest heart. Be love, because when love turns toxic, it's capable of anything. Drop your answer in the comments below, because sometimes, how we see the killer says more about how we see ourselves. Thanks for watching Velvet Crimes. Don't forget to subscribe for more dark, human stories every week, where love, betrayal, and truth all share the same bed. On the surface, this seemed like just another crime of passion, but beneath it lay a tragedy about trust, love, and the darkness inside the human heart. Li Xiaoyang was a gentle man, newly married, excited about becoming a father. He trusted to him, marriage meant security, faith, and family. He never realized that while he was fighting for his life in the hospital, the person he trusted most was the one silently betraying him. Perhaps, even in his final moments, as the yellow-tinted fore dripped into his veins, he still believed he was being cared for, unaware that death was slowly flowing through that very line. His wife, Fumo, was both pitiful and unforgivable. She didn't kill with her own hands, but her silence was sharper than any knife. Lost between desire and guilt, she chose deception over honesty, letting her husband die without ever knowing the truth. Then there was Jiu, the ex-lover turned murderer. He wasn't driven by revenge, but by obsession. His love had rotted into possession, into the belief that if he couldn't have her, no one else should. When he disguised himself as a doctor and walked into that hospital, he crossed the line from man to monster. This case forces us to face a disturbing truth. Evil doesn't always wear a stranger's face. Sometimes it sleeps beside you, whispers I love you, and plans your death with a steady hand. It makes us ask, when does a person truly become cruel? The moment they take a life, or the moment they stop feeling love and empathy? In today's world, where emotions are traded like currency, this story is a chilling reminder that when morality dies, love becomes poison. Sometimes, death doesn't begin with cyanide, it begins the moment someone stops listening to their conscience. So let me ask you this. If you were the wife, married, yet still in love with someone from your past, what would you do? A. Confess everything to your husband, even if it means losing everything. B. Keep the secret and pretend nothing happened, to protect everyone from pain. Which one would you choose, and why? Tell me in the comments, because sometimes your answer reveals not just how you see love and morality, but who you truly are.